Hi, we have some interesting things to go over. Not only has the tarot cards and the astrological time change because we're closer to the sun, I guess. But I'm in the Catholic Rainbow Study Bible 1. And like I said, I usually just open a page because this is what I'm supposed to tell you. And it's generally never in the front or the middle. Sometimes mostly in the back. That's where it repeats itself. It says the temple on Jesus' day. Jesus speaks of the destruction of Jerusalem. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then you will know that it will soon be destroyed. Then those who are in Judah must run away to the hills. Those who are in the city must leave, and those who are out in the country must not go into the city. For those who will be the days of punishment to make come true all that the scriptures say. How terrible it will be in those days for women who are pregnant and for mothers with little babies. Terrible distress will come upon this land, and God's punishment will fall on this people. Some will be killed by the sword, and others will be taken as prisoners to all countries, and the heathen will trample over Jerusalem until their time is up. The coming of the Son of Man. There will be strange things happening to the sun, the moon, and the stars. On earth, whole countries will be in despair, afraid of the roar of the sea and the raging tides. People will faint from fear as they wait for what is coming over the whole earth. For the powers in space will be driven from their courses. Then the Son of Man will appear, coming in a cloud with great power and glory. When these things begin to happen, stand up and raise your heads, because your salvation is near. Look, I am not making this up. I think it's right here, right beside the Jesus temple. That's the page I turned to. I've always done that since I was 8 or 12 or whatever I was. I never could get through it all, so I just picked asked God was showing me what he wanted me to know. The lesson of the fig tree. Then Jesus told them this parable. Think of the fig tree and all the other trees. When you see their leaves beginning to appear, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see these things happening, you will know that the kingdom of God is about to come. Remember that all these things will take place before the people now living have all died. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. That's why it repeats itself. The need to watch. Be careful not to let yourselves become occupied with too much feasting and drinking and with the worries of this life, or that day may suddenly catch you, like what I do. I do enough for us all. You don't have to, really. Like a trap. For it will come upon all people everywhere on earth. Be on watch and pray always that you will have the strength to go safely through all those things that will happen and stand before the Son of Man and be ready for Jesus. I added that. Just spent those days teaching in the temple, and when evening came, he would go out and spend the night on the Mount of Olives. Early each morning, all the people went to the temple to listen to him. The plot against Jesus, which I'm not Jesus, but I know the end of his story, and it was horrifying, and I lived it in my body. I know his pain too. The time was near for the festival of unleavened bread, which is called the Passover. The chief priests and the teachers of the law were afraid of the people, and so they were trying to find a way of putting Jesus to death secretly. Judas agrees to betray Jesus. Then Satan entered into Judas, called Iscariot, who was one of the 12 disciples. So Judas went off and spoke with the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard about how he could betray Jesus to them. They were pleased and offered to pay him money. Judas agreed to it and started looking for a good chance to hand Jesus over to them without the people knowing about it. Same thing they're trying to do with me, because they think killing me gives them power. Because I know Jesus. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's how these people think. They've always thought this for about at least 40 years that I'm alive. And Judas agrees to betray Jesus. Then Satan entered into Judas, called Iscariot. I already read that. Didn't I? Yeah. Jesus prepares to eat the Passover meal. The day came during the festival of unleavened bread when the lambs for the Passover meal were to be killed. Jesus sent Peter and John with these instructions. Go and get the Passover meal ready for us to eat. Where do you want us to get ready? They asked him. He answers, as you go into a city, a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him into the house that he enters and say to the owner of the house, the teacher says to you, where is the room where my disciples and I will eat the Passover meal? He will show you a large furnished room upstairs where you will get everything ready. They went off and found everything just as Jesus had told them, and they prepared the Passover meal. The Lord's Supper, and after that I'm going to stop. There's an argument about greatness, it says, too. This is Matthew 26, 26 through 30, Mark 14, 22 through 26, 1 Corinthians 11, 23 through 25. When the hour came, but it's written in Luke 22, 28. When the hour came, Jesus took his place at the temple with the apostles. He said to them, I wanted so much to eat this Passover meal with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will never eat it until it has given its full meaning in the kingdom of God. And then Jesus took a cup, gave thanks to God, and said, take this and share it among yourselves. I tell you that from now on I will not drink this wine until the kingdom of God comes. Then he took a piece of bread, gave thanks to God, broke it, and gave it to them, saying, this is my body, which is given for you. Do this in memory of me. In the same way, he gave them the cup after the supper, saying, this cup is God's new covenant sealed with my blood, which is poured out for you. And that's why we suffer, or I suffered for you too. But look, the one who betrays me is here at the table with me. The Son of Man will die as God has decided. But how terrible for that man who betrays him. Then they began to ask among themselves which one of them it could be who was going to do this. We all know the story of Jesus, and that's why I didn't want to fight no more. I know his pain is how it ends. He has nothing when in the end. He gets to go to heaven, and that's enough for me. But the pain on earth was miserable like me too. The argument about greatness, an argument broke out among the disciples as to which one of them should be thought of as the greatest. Jesus said to them, the kings of the pagans have power of their people, and the rulers claim the title, friends of the people. But this is not the way it is with you. Rather, the greatest one among you must be like the youngest, and the leader must be like the servant. Who is greater, the one who sits down to eat, or the one who serves? The one who sits down, of course, but I am among you as one who serves. You have stayed with me all through my trials, and just as my Father has given me the right to rule, so I will give you the same right. You will eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and you will sit on thrones to rule over the 12 tribes of Israel. Creepy. And then it goes into the story of Jesus' story. I'm not reading no more, and then the cards are falling all over the place. It kind of scares me. That's because shit's going on around the world. Mostly with Putin. I wouldn't fear much as long as we stay strong and in knowledge of things that are happening, and that's what I'm trying to do for us, so you don't have to. But here is the new birthdays. It's interesting. Pisces, the fish, for the tropical is February 20th to March 20th. Solar is for your birthdays. March 12th through April 18th, which is 38 days. And I'm putting them in this box I could draw out for people. Capricornus is the goat. Tropical new days is December 23rd to January 20th. And solar is January 30th to February 16th, which is 28 days. Peace. Scorpio, the scorpion, for the tropical is October 24th to November 22nd. And this is science, because the sun moves closer to the planet. And the solar is November 24th to November 30th, which is 7 days. Sagittarius, the archer. I just wrote these, by the way. I had a whole different plan, but I live in the moments. Tropic for the Sagittarius, November 23rd through December 22nd. And solar, December 19th through January 19th. And that's why I just knew what everybody was doing with tarot wasn't right, but it's getting taken care of, so it doesn't matter. The new one, it sounds funny, the Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. It's a new sign, spends more time behind the sun than its immediate neighbor. The tropic is unknown, but as far as the planets goes, it's December 1st through December 18th, and it's 18 days. Virgo, the Virgin, tropic is August 24th to September 22nd now. Solar, September 17th if you have the birthday, and October 31st. Times is changing, that's not a joke. That's why I stepped up and did what I do. Taurus, the bull, which was my daughter's birthday. She's May 18th. For the astro sign, April 21st to May 21st. Solar, May 15th to June 21st, and it's 38 days. Aries, the ram, March 21st for tropic through April 20th. Solar with the planets is April 19th to May 14th, which is 25 days. Gemini, the twins, tropical May 22nd to June 21st. Solar, the planet is June 22nd through July 20th, 30 days. Leo, I got a daughter and an ex. One's good, the other's psycho. I don't think it really matters. It just depends on who you are and what God's gifts are to you. But it does make it easier to understand you as a being a little bit more, but not a whole lot. Only God knows that. Tropic for Leo the Lion, July 23rd through August 23rd. For the solar part of it, the planets, August 11th through September 16th, 37 days. Cancer, the Crab, tropical, June 22nd through July 22nd. Solar, July 21st through August 10th, 21 days. Libra, the Balance, tropic, September 23 to October 23. Solar, November 1st and November 23rd. So basically it's Earth and planet. 23 days, in case you didn't know. Most people don't know anyways. Aquarius, the water carrier. Tropical, January 21st to February 19th. Solar, February 17th to March 11th. 24 days. And finally, Aries, the Ram. Astro, tropical, March 21st through April 20th. Astronomical, solar, April 19th through May 14th. 25 days. I'm putting them in my box. Whatever the hell that is. This should have been done already, but I got involved in politics, in the United Nations, in the Army, because somebody's got to protect us, and might as well be me. I ain't got nothing to live for, nothing to die for, so what do you now? And I've studied personal behaviors, so I know Putin. They're just like the people I live with here. That's how I know things, so. Alright, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do my 10 cards first. Because then, well, we'll do 3, and then we'll pick, what I'll do is I'll do 3 cards here, present, past, and future. And then we'll pick 3 of the signs, 3 cards a piece. And we're already in 10 minutes, so I'm trying to keep us in an hour because I haven't stopped yet. And, I might be at 800 days, hell, I don't know. So 3. And like I said, I don't do upside down cards other than it means work on them. First one is the One of Fire. An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. And that would be the One of Fire. We all have to work on that because a lot of people don't want to align their... I just know, like, whenever I was working, I was miserable, and that's why I'd rather work where I was happy, which is what my soul wants to do. I've known that for many years. Well, at least a couple years. I just got stuck doing that because I'm a mom and dad and do whatever it takes to live and survive. But when I learned it, I fought even harder then. Wow, these people... yeah, what they do. And I was able to move on because I knew they didn't know fully what they were doing. Then we got the 7 of... That's air. Somebody's running. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions because they will. They'll do it to you and then turn around and say that it's your fault. That's the kind of people I've dealt with where I live. So you got to be mindful of those people. That's narcissism. And I highly recommend all people learning about it to protect your own sanity. And they don't have to be drunk, high, or so high either. They are like that sober. And that's what makes me sickened. And then it's got, let's see what the 7 of fire, or 7 of air is here real fast. Events are taking place right now that someone is unaware of. Who that someone is depends on the situation. And it's possible that something is being taken from you. Most often this has to do with your personal freedom, though it could be a material loss. Sometimes the individual hindering your independence is you, via poor choices or refusing to see the truth. Are your actions coming from a place of integrity right now? Might you be so focused on your own situation that you're unaware of how you might be robbing someone of their freedom or the recognition they deserve? Well, I have trouble with that because in the present time, they did it to me with no regard of putting me in jail my whole life that you can't replace. So this has to be for somebody else because I fight for all. I don't fight just for me. So that's the problem here. As far as I go, I don't really care about me. Like I said, I care about you and yours, though. I don't want that any child to live my life ever. If you are uncertain of things, ask the angels to help you make aware of those around you who may not be acting with integrity. Pay attention to red flags that broadcast another person's lack of honesty. Likewise, ask the angels to bring you clarity as to your own motives and actions. Additional meanings of this card: embarrassing secrets, preferring to be alone, things not going according to plan, avoid unwise partnerships, self-deception, shirking, responsibility, and theft. There's a lot of thieves in this town where I'm at, so I hope that's not all around the board. I know Putin's the same. Wisdom card: justice brings relief and hope when you feel that life has been unfair. Archangel Raguel brings helpful people into your life to balance the scales and make everything right again, which could obtain to me too. Then we have the future: the need to move on, seeking more from life than what you're experiencing, a spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change of priorities, and leaving home. Well, I'm always game for that. 8 of Water, which is like a dual card too. Yes. 8 of Water. Hold on a second. Let's see what it says for that. 8 of Water. It's time to move on. The things that once interested you or held your enthusiasm now seem flat and unfilling. You have a desire for something more. Your spirituality has grown to the point that mere material things are of virtually no interest. You seek enlightenment, happiness, and the knowledge that you are on your divine path. Situations that no longer serve you, or worse, make you feel trapped, should be abandoned. That's why I abandoned them all. Of course, this doesn't have to be completed by tomorrow. You can take small steps if you need to, but it's important that you embrace this new adventure in your life and begin to take action. There's nothing to fear. You're ready. Time to get going. Additional meanings of this card: departing from a painful situation, a sense of longing, leaving home, spiritual growth, dealing with feelings of burnout. That's me every day. This is a poignant and powerful moment as you choose to seek a deeper meaning in life. Archangel Jeremiah helps bring renewal into your life by guiding you in your assessment of your personal truth. There's only 4 angels in the Bible. The rest are made up, so... Well, I don't know where they got them from. That could be from the Nagamani Library, I would assume, because we're not allowed to talk about the Nagamani Library. I do anyway. I don't give a shit. I have nothing to lose or gain other than to protect you people anyways, so that's why I don't give a shit. It's not that I don't give a shit. I really do. It's just... They already tried to kill me 16 times. I don't care no more. Or 3 this past year, so let's pick 3 cards. Pay no attention to me. Evidently, these are the most important ones that come out of here. At this time, I come out 4. 4 signs. We got Libra. Libra, and the new times are on the back of it. I posted it on Facebook on Medical Science. Actually, everywhere on there. Aries, a Ram. There's the new times, which is new birth dates. But a lot of us have these elements in us already. They just was confused about a lot of things. They're confused about or they was afraid to say. And I'm not. Aries is another sign. I got 2 Aries in here. That's why they popped out 2. No, I did that one. Must be pretty important about 2 Aries people. And then we got Virgo. Virgin. Whoa. So we'll start with Libra. Where's my cards? Already in 20 minutes. I'm tired of it already. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck too. Why not? Take the top 3, bottom 3, whatever you want to call that. So for the Libra person, when their birth dates are tropically, September, which is Earth, September 23rd to October 23rd, by the planet, not November 1st to November 23rd. So you could say September 23rd to November 23rd, if that makes it easier for you. 23 days, though. Which means you have to work on, because it's upside down, unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights, and refocus your thoughts. I know many people like that. You work on that. So 9 of Water. No, it's air. I get water and air mixed up, don't forget. So 9 of Air. 9 of Air. This card is a loving message from the angels that you're being your own worst enemy at this time. Your negative thoughts are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. By focusing only on the negative, you'll bring exactly that into your reality. I know that. I lived it. This card comes to you when worry has grown to an unnecessary level. Your fear isn't proportioned with your circumstances. This card often also indicates insomnia, distressing dreams, or illnesses caused by stress. Concentrate on the outcome you desire rather than one you're afraid of. Because that's why I started Positive Energy of Spiritual Alchemy to begin with. The more you practice, becomes habit, becomes who you are. So if you focus on negative, you're going to stay sick all the time. And that's not a place you want to be ever. I know, I lived it. I still did pretty decent staying positive, not always. And the next one, the same person, Libra, says you got to work on this too. Scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. A new area of study. The Page of Earth. Was it interesting because that's where we all live. Page of Earth. And this is for the Libra person. Come on, Kevin, let's get it together. I don't even think I marked Earth. Why not? Nope, I didn't even mark Earth because I don't know. Because I'm Earth. 9 of Earth, success, contentment, luxury. This is stuff we want to work on for the Libra. Luxury and self-nurturing. Nothing in your life has been handed to you. You've worked hard, so evidently everything has been handed to you. You've worked hard, though. You haven't worked hard, and you don't deserve to. I'm not reading this. I know what it means. So for your future, so basically, it might be beneficial to spend some time in comfortable solitude, perhaps enjoying time out in nature. You no longer need the company of others to be happy. Additional meanings of this card, being successfully self-employed. I skipped what you need to work on because I don't like it. Self-employed, creating a beautiful environment, redecorating, unexpected financial windfalls, enjoying the finer things in life, a love of animals and nature. You got to remember, I know nothing but pain and what people really are like around here that are evil. I don't know the good ones, so keep that in mind. There probably are people that have other things. I don't know them. I don't know them very well at all. I only know pain and suffering. Like Jesus do, which is many. Alright, so the Dreamer, a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. That's what the Spirit, God, wants you to know about you, Libra, which is balance and everything I can't get. I struggled all my life. And as far as Aries, there's 2 people that are Aries sign, and the new birth dates for them are March 21st to May 14th. For the tropical, March 21st to April 20th. Solar, April 19th to May 14th. And that's by science, not me. Look it up if you don't believe me. These ones here popped out for 2 of the series. I'm still only doing 3 cards. For 2 people of Aries. I want you to work on, it says you worked on your ego. That's good. The illusion of being trapped, accept responsibility for your situation, and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions, or unhealthy habits. Trust me, there's many humans that have these, so it's good to see that a couple of you, many, whoever does get the time to read to hear me, will know that they're working on it and they're doing fantastic at it. Thank you. Not many people look at themselves and change it. You have to recognize that there's a problem before you'll change it. I know that. That's a huge step in the world. Yeah, go Libra. No joke. In the end, it's also from Archangel Michael telling me to tell you that. So that's no joke. That's a big transformation step card there. And he wants you to work on focusing on the negative, things not turning out the way you anticipated, forgiveness of self or others, and everything happens for a reason. So look for the hidden blessings. That's the way you take the negative crap that happened to you and turn it positive. You might not notice it now, but later on you can be like, oh, this made me who I am. You know, when you start practicing it, it becomes habit, it becomes who you are. That's a 5 of water. Let's see what it says. 5 of water. Things don't always turn out the way you hope they will. Whether that is bad or even perhaps good depends on how you perceive the situation. Often the universe has a better option for you that you either hadn't considered before or aren't yet able to see as a positive at this time. If you trust that the universe loves you and that there's a reason for all that happens, then you can position yourself to accept the hidden blessings of any challenge. However, if you are solidly locked in on the negative, then you may miss the silver lining of your circumstances. This card is very much attached to the law of attraction. Focus on the negative, and that's pretty much what you'll experience. Believe in the love of the universe, and you'll be surprised by the good that comes out of the situation. That's a promise. This card also indicates the need to remove negative and overly dramatic people from your life. So there's 2 people. My mother's an Aries on top, so it's really 3. Additional meanings: sadness, forgiving past mistakes, getting something positive out of a challenging situation, wishing you could change the past, obsession, missing the possibilities, crying over spilled milk. The poor me, pity me thing that I don't put up with. Yeah, you gotta work on that. There's Sandra Willis from YouTube.com. She's really great with forgiving yourself, radical forgiveness for yourself. So Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. I love it. Help me to help you. Wisdom card: whether the unexpected events are big or small, Archangel Chamuel can help you see the good in them. Transformation often brings changes that benefit your life in unforeseen ways. Awesome. A lot of good things going on. There's also another transformation card in there. 16. The star. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Yep, exactly that. Transformation. Archangel Chamuel, the eyes of God, can help you see what changes you need to make. He often offers a hint that the time for change is now. People tend to instinctively know when it's time for big changes in their lives. They may act on those instincts, or they might try to ignore them out of fear or uncertainty. One thing is for sure: the necessary changes will happen. Either they can come about through your will and action, or you can wait for the universe to make them for you. There's usually less drama if you just take the reins, but the choice is always yours. Big events in your life are imminent. Rest assured that those changes will lead you toward greater happiness. However, the initial disruption might be a bit of a roller coaster ride at first. Have faith, believe in the process, know that you're loved, and that confronting any challenges will be completely worth it. The additional meanings: liberation, spiritual awakening, acknowledging the truth, realizing belief systems that no longer work for you, and wake-up calls. Running out of time. 2 leaves. And then we're on the last one for your future. Or now. It doesn't really matter. I don't use time. The Knight of Water. Sorry. I read to show you the pictures. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, fickle, falling in love, being swept off your feet, a sudden love affair, a lack of balance in a relationship, situations or topics that make your heart flutter, a love of art and poetry. That's cool. Let's see what it says about the Knight of Air real fast. Knight of Water, I get them mixed up. I'm fired every day. Knight of Water. You or your situation. Well, hello, beautiful. This is what most people yearn for in romance. It's that feeling of being over the top, romantically, passionately, dreamily, head over heels in love. Your eyelids flutter and your heart is completely padded. The source of your affection is perfection personified, or so you think. There's poetry, roses, chocolates, candlelight, and love letters. Well, text and emails anyway. You can't get anything else done because all your thoughts are stuck on this knight in shining armor. An emotional intervention is probably underway. The question is, are you the one being healed or doing the healing? This knight is romantic, idealistic about love, dramatic, poetic, and utterly enchanting. Sounds amazing, right? Yeah, well, hold on just a minute. This kind of emotional experience knocks you off your balance. Whether this really is a romance or just something else in your life that has your heart all aflutter, you need to plant your feet flat on the ground and anchor your emotions. Get some balance. I know many people that are just in love with the idea of love. They think they're in love, but they're not. If this knight represents someone else in your life, then you need to understand that there's a chance that all this has staying power. Maybe. However, there's an even greater chance that it doesn't. Knights of Water tend to be in love with love. I said that. Tend to be in love with love. Where am I at? The moment the relationship starts to feel mundane, they're on the next conquest because their whole life is wrapped up in keeping that powerful feeling alive. Remember, this night might be you. Make an honest assessment of yourself. If you're repeating this type of pattern in your romantic life, it's time to snap out of it because somebody like me isn't going to put up with it. You're just wasting my time and yours probably. Words of awareness, or whatever relationship you're in for that matter. There's more to life than romance. Your brain isn't your enemy. So think about what's going on here. If it feels like things are moving way too fast, then they probably are. It's okay to enjoy the experience, but don't lose yourself in it. Don't dismiss what your friends and family are saying. If you're the knight, pay attention to how you might hurt the other person, like me, because I would be destroyed over that. Other people: enthusiastic, captivating, romantic, passionate, idealistic, artistic, flirtatious, fickle, melodramatic, ingratiating, addictive, or codependent, jealous, and manipulative. Additional meanings of this card: a love of art and beauty, a trusted keeper of secrets, consoler, gushing emotional displays, powerful spiritual experiences, vivid, impactful nocturnal dreams, playing on people's emotions, and exaggerated experiences. Mine's all real, so I guess I have the right to tell you that. So, the next person is the Virgo. Remember, his birthday is tropical, October 21st through September 22nd. Solar by the planet, September 17th through October 31st, which is 44 days. A Virgo person. Oops. I don't know. I guess we're supposed to use that card, so we'll get it. Pick out another one. Okay. For the Virgo, says, it's a 6 of, that air, I believe. There's an angel in it and 2 little kids. That's so cute. Children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child. The return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. And that's a 6 of, I get that myself mixed up. That's a water, 6 of water. We're all made of water, so it's kind of hard not to. That's why it gets confusing at times. 6 of water. The past may be on your mind. It could be relationships or situations that you once experienced, or it could be something that goes all the way back to childhood. Children and your memories of growing up are often the core meaning of this card. Is it time for you to revisit a childhood dream? Have you let your life as an adult drift too far away from your inner child? Is there something from long ago that remains unresolved? Sometimes flashes from the past can indicate experiences yet to come. This card can also be a message that people from your past are about to re-enter your life. Above all, try to see the past as it truly was. Don't romanticize or horribilize it. View your history objectively, giving it a balanced and fair assessment. Additional meanings: inheritance, gifts or reunions, sharing children or childhood, pining for the past, the rekindling old friendships or romances, and experiences that stir memories. Wisdom card: when reviewing the past, it is important to have balance. Archangel Zadkiel can help you retrieve your memories with clarity and accuracy. It's got a transformation on it. I can't say it right now. It's X1B. X1B. I just know if I didn't read it to you. Okay. Alright. Balance. Everybody, I struggle with this one, especially in America, because we work too hard, drive too fast, and can't anybody slow down on the road either. You're not alone. A quote from the ancient philosopher Aristotle that reads, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts," encapsulates the balance card. At this time, ideas from multiple sources or efforts that are the result of contributions from more than one person will create something bigger and better than what each individual might have offered alone. Now is the time to be open to compromise and cooperation with others. The perfect resolution is one in which each person's input is taken into consideration, which I need to do that, I know. And it's blended into a win-win that everyone can feel good about. This could be a good time for finding your own personal balance. Go for quiet walks, talk to your angels, and release whatever anxieties are currently challenging you. Be open to aha moments and epiphanies from the divine. Moderation and self-restraint. Merging viewpoints to create a superior opportunity, a moderate pace, striving for an appropriate reaction to the situation at hand, and waiting for perfect timing. I'm on divine timing. I do need help, and I need to figure out a way to do that, but right now it just wasn't the time. And for the Virgo, Queen of, what is that? That's water. Queen of Water, it says, loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights. caring for others but forgetting to take care of yourself, trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, follow your heart. That's for the Virgo. It's okay, honey, just sit down right here and tell me all your problems. You or your situation. Of all the court cards, the Queen of Water is the most emotional, the most psychic, and the most compassionate. Let's just assume that you're this queen. Your emotions aren't outwardly displayed like the Knight of Waters, but inwardly explored, mind, and fully understood. You're the queen of the river of feelings, and whether they're your emotions or someone else's, nothing is hidden from you. You're tender-hearted, empathetic, and loving, and likely the most trusted friend of most people you know. You are constantly giving. You endlessly see the needs of your family and friends. Even the poor stranger who's shedding a tear in front of you in the grocery line will be comforted and consoled. Consequently, you're often exhausted and emotionally drained. Why? Because the one person you forget to take care of yourself. Oh, I'm just fine, you say. Your mantra is, no, really, I don't need anything right now. Just tell me your problems. You've experienced great loss in your life, so you know others hurt. Only the silliest of people lie to you about their situation because you're the most psychic court card of all. You know the truth. The reality is that you give too much and you need to start taking care of yourself. If you don't, who will comfort the world? Recognize that the entire world isn't your responsibility. Don't be wishy-washy just to avoid conflict. Shield yourself with the help of Archangel Michael. Cut your energetic cords every single day. Oh, and for Pete's sake, will you please take care of yourself? Other people, patient, loving, psychic, caring, soft, compassionate, nurturing, inviting, emotionally safe, insightful, divinely gifted, overprotective, gullible, conflict averse, too emotionally involved, smothering. Additional meaning, self-forgiveness, taking on a cause close to the heart, protecting those who require assistance, being sure to give and receive. A spiritual teacher, the need to get control of your feelings, living or vacationing near the water. That'd be awesome. You go. And not last but not least, but for the Virgo, the Knight, the water, or air. That's air. Knight of air. Says intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remain objective and fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional relationships, or being emotionally unavailable. Story of my life. Nobody's there for me. So let's see what it says about you, Virgo. King of air. Show my emotions. Good heavens, whatever for. Your situation, wow, you're one smart cookie. The Queen of Air, however, is arguably a tiny bit smarter. Don't look so insulted. It's just that her intelligence comes with experience and emotion behind it, and yours will not so much. That is not to say you have no heart, but let's face it, you got it walled off pretty good. As an advisor, executive, public speaker, or college professor, no one is your equal. However, as a spouse or father, you're pretty much emotionally unavailable. Something that would be romantic prospects would do well to keep in mind. In case emotion is on their must-have list for a partner, so you have plenty of positive attributes. You're brilliant, fair-minded, principled, respected, and running over with fresh ideas. You teach people to speak their truth in a way that they can understand. When it comes to competition, you prefer to defeat your opponent with words over, ironically, swords. In your own way, you love your spouse and children. You just have an oddly unemotional way of showing it. Your primary focus with children is their intellectual development, presumably leaving all that icky emotional stuff for your spouse to handle. You're a fair and level-headed boss. You probably have a lot of employees, none of whom even know your spouse's name. I didn't appreciate that with any of my loves. I don't have any left. Words of awareness. Try to show a little emotion. People aren't at calculations. Yes, you're smart, but that doesn't mean you're better than everyone else. Textbooks are nice, but your spouse would prefer chocolates as an anniversary gift. Your kids aren't robots. Other people, brilliant, authoritative, scientific, principled, rational, experienced, respected, impartial, articulate, wise, diplomatic, logical, arrogant, cold, untrusting, ruthless, needlessly critical. Additional meanings of this card: academia, the military, the government, and the law, public speaking, brilliant ideas, unemotional relationships, situations where feelings can't be considered, justice, mediation. I live there. I didn't before. Usually I cared about people's feelings. They gave me no choice. Didn't matter. Plus I needed, at the same time I was going through it, I was teaching our systems what these people were really like. So it was like a win-win for all of us, really. I understand it now. I didn't understand it before. I definitely understand it now. Alright, one more thing. Dear God, And I'm done with this for now. This is what we can look forward to for all 4 of yins. The Prince of Air. Logical perspective, insightful, blunt, and exciting intellectual challenge. Brilliant insights, information that you need, but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. I have trouble with this. Review all documents before you make judgments, because mine are at least 50% accurate. I might be off on dates, but I'm pretty sure all the ones about my story are accurate. P. I don't know about yours. Page of air. Where are we at? That's fire. I'm surprised we didn't get any fire. That's good, because that means everybody's calm in the storm right now. I think the president's going to be speaking tomorrow, I think. Come on. There we go. Page of air. This is what we're supposed, all 4 of you are supposed to know. Or the prince. I don't know what the hell that is. It's a P. Page of air. I have a better idea. Not me. You or your situation. It could be debated whether the page of air is the most challenging of all the court cards. If you identify with this page, then you're brilliant, perspective, realistic, logical, truthful, maybe too much, and blunt. I am too. Definitely too much. And yours is a mind that races at 100 miles an hour. You may also be prone to unintentional rudeness. Well, usually it's unintentional. Taking charge without permission and asking way too many questions. I didn't until they gave me a choice. You can be both a dream come true and a nightmare for any project. Someone needs data analyzed. Oh, please. You can do that in your sleep. Someone needs to brainstorm something. There's never been anyone more insightful than you. The challenge starts when the data analysis comes with 3 hours of your thoughts on why the creator of the information was a moron. Yeah, I try not to go there. Hardly ever. I bring it up only if necessary. If it's true kind of necessary, and it's been necessary for the last 400 days. And I tried not to, and I gave him plenty of time not to give me no choice but to do it. So exhaustion sets in for your listeners when the brainstorming turns into recitation of a multitude of reasons why your way is the only way. There's no just one way. Honestly, it's not intentional. The use of the word moron wasn't meant to be an insult. It was just meant to be, well, you know, factual. The page of air represents the perfect metaphor wherein you want to shoot the messenger. I mean, like you really want to shoot him. But, you know, you can't because his message was, well, frankly, it was brilliant. Okay, fine. It was a stroke of genius, happy. This is where you get to see the page's smug face. Words of awareness. Entertain the idea that you really don't know everything despite what you think, because I really don't know everything. I'm pretty close. Don't be mean. Think before you speak. Don't spread rumors. Stop being so paranoid. Know that there is such a thing as being too assertive. Honestly, if you ask one more question, Other people, brilliant, quick, helpful, honest, clever, insightful, analytical, productive, suspicious, defensive, aloof, and rumor mongering, which is gossip I dealt with forever. All I did was run their mouths. 4 years of it. Additional meanings of this card: conspiracy theories, an unpredictable person or situation, secrets revealed, a repository of useful information, new technologies, an indigo child, victim mentality, high anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Ooh, you guys gotta watch that. Dangerous. I want to do my prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed art thou, thy fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of my death. Amen. May peace be with you. Amen. And I'm sure you guys will be fine. Just gotta look at the positive. Not always. You have a right to your emotions. Just try to walk away instead of fighting. That's what I do. Instead of getting in a fight with people, just walk away. Go scream, beat up boxing thing, or play music. Exercise it out. You don't have to hurt nobody to do it. Or do drugs. Thank you for having me.